You want something. You're where you are. You're where you are and you don't like it. You want something else. You have this vision. Maybe it's vague. That's fine. But you have an idea of what you want. You don't like where you are. And then your little brain says, I know how to get there. I know what I need to do to get to that goal, that vague goal or specific goal I have. So I got a plan. I got to make myself do that thing so that I can get what I want. And my question is, do you want to get where you want to go, or do you want to do that thing? And the answer is obviously, I just want to get where I want to go, but my brain doesn't know how to get there except this way. And I don't know what else to do. So I need to force myself to do that thing. But that is not the way that you are going to be fulfilled. Absolutely, you can do it. You can shift your mindset and you can motivate yourself through finding out why you're resistant to doing a certain action. But if you aren't genuinely desiring to do that thing, if there's nothing that really calls you to it, it's hard to motivate yourself, and it's harder to actually feel good about it. So for example, like if you want to get fit and healthy, and that's, a desire you have, like you want that. I want to be fit. I want to be healthy. I want to have a sexy body and feel strong and thriving. Like that's great. And then here you are saying, I have to go to the gym. I got to go to the gym. I see this all the time. Got to get up at 6 a.m., hit the gym. That's the plan. If I can do that, then I'm going to be the person I want to be and like live that life and be amazing in my body. And like, that's what I need to do. So now I got to overcome my sleep habits. I got to change my morning habits. I've got to motivate myself to even go to the gym because I hate the gym. And it's just like you're adding problems to solve on top of just the goal of I want to be fit and healthy and thriving. And so what I would much, more recommend is start identifying not as the person who gets up at 6 a.m. and hits the gym, but identifying as the person who loves their body, is thriving in their body, feels sexy and strong and fit, and understand how that feels in your body different. How is it different than who you are right now? Where is that landing? Shift into that, like feel into that space of I'm that person. If I'm that person, how does it feel? How do I see the world? How do I see myself? Where am I energized? And as you practice that, you will be led to take action that is going to make that more natural, more real, more true, more automated. And that action, it may not be getting up at 6 a.m. to go to the gym. That action might be getting home from work and going for a walk. That action might be you just noticed you aren't gravitating toward the fast food drive-through anymore. I see that all the time with clients. It's just the little things that are going to shift because you've identified as someone who's healthy, who's fit, who's strong, who's motivated by their thriving body. And you're going to do it how you do it, like in a way that feels good to you. So the message here is not like, don't set, mini goals toward your goal. You can do that if you want. But if you're finding it really hard to get to that mini goal and you're just like, I really don't want to do it, consider that there might be another path to your big goal that might be more enjoyable, more natural, more effortless, more fun. And your brain just doesn't know it yet because your brain is just going off of past information. It's just taking everything you've learned, all the experiences you've had, and it's projecting it forward saying, well, based on that, these are your options. And when you tune into your body and your subconscious mind and you let it kind of take the lead, you give it the instruction of what you want and you let it take the lead, it is open to more possibilities, more potential than your conscious brain, than the thinking mind, that like 5 to 10% of your mind that is like consciously aware. Your subconscious is more tuned into potentials and has more knowledge and awareness of things than your thinking mind does, right? Your thinking mind doesn't perceive much beyond, what it's already conditioned to see. Your subconscious mind has access to intuition, things like that I can't really explain, if I'm being honest. Like, I can't say the science behind it, but I certainly know, and I think anyone who's ever just kind of trusted themselves can attest, is opportunities open up when you give yourself the space to find new solutions, that better solutions are available to you. And that, you got to admit, I say this sometimes, like, you got to admit you're wrong. You got to admit to yourself, I'm wrong sometimes about what I think has to happen. I'm wrong about how I think the world works. What would I rather be right about, right? Like, do I want to dig my heels in and say, no, this is the only way. I have to do it this way. I got to force myself to do it. Or do I want to say, you know what, maybe I'm wrong. And if I can just align with the version of me who is living the life I want to live, being the person I want to be, well, maybe I can just open up to the idea that that version of me found a path that she enjoyed the whole time, or that was at least easy to follow, that just made sense. And so when you focus on the end goal, you can wire your mind and your subconscious mind to support you by giving it the instructions of how you want to feel, who you want to be, what it looks like for you. And the path will find itself. Your subconscious mind will lead you down that path. And I know that sounds woo-woo, and I know there are people who are like, okay, I just want to tell my brain what to do and do it. But when you open up to the potential that there's just more knowledge and wisdom within you than your brain knows, you can find a better path. So if you're interested in working with me, this is exactly what we do. You can just book a free consultation, a chat with me about working together. Otherwise, I am wishing you the very best. Take care.